Hello? So once we start announcing the seniors, we're going to have the parents or the family meet them right here on 30-yard line, and then they'll take a picture, and then you'll go off to the side. We will be starting in approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Testing. One. All right, if we can just make sure we have all the parents over here to the field. We're going to get underway shortly.
You probably want to use his, especially since I don't have, like, it's all internal mics.
Testing. All right, welcome to senior night here at Lexington High School. At this time, we want to introduce the seniors for the 2025 Lexington High football team. First, and most important, we want to start with the ladies. So we want to introduce the senior cheerleaders for the 2025 football program. Anaya Booth, and she's going to be met right here by her family members, Marcel, Torin, and Jean. Our next cheerleader is Bonnie Lai. She's going to be met out here by her mother, Lai Tao. Now we have Dania Gorge. She's going to be met by her mother, Rosina, and her sister, Lula. And now we have Jordan Keene. She's going to be escorted by her parents, Carol and Brian. And is that a brother? Yeah. Kieran. All right. And now we have Nathira Ramala, met by her parents, Guri, Sashi, and sister Ivanka. And now we have the cheer manager, Nari Camillo. She's going to be met by Henry. All right, let's go to the captains of the cheerleaders. We have Alexis Opaka, met by Sasha, Art, Brother Keegan, and Uncle Al. Not only is she a senior, but we have big shoes to fill next year. All right, good. All right, perfect. Now another captain, we have Kathy Yayo, who's going to be met by her coach, Laura. And our final captain of the cheerleading squad is Kamani Christopher Myers. Her parents, Romel, DeJean, and her brother, Blanket. Let's hear it for the 2025 senior cheerleaders and their families. All right, let's go to the senior point. I've been doing this 38 years. I've never seen this many seniors. Let's start with number 4, Donovan Shelton. He's going to be met by his mother, Talia. You lost your flowers. All right, number 7, Eddie Yan. He's met by his mother, Mandy. All right, let's go to number 11, Amin Espan. He'll be meeting his parents, Nejin and Hamid. Number 12, Jaden Waters. He'll be met by his father, Orlando, his grandparents, David, Brenda, and his aunt, Cheyenne. Number 21, Christopher Mullins. He's going to be met by his father, Dale, and I apologize, I don't have the other name. Mom, Keisha. Number 50, Fazil Nuzbaga. His parents, Moses, Jemba, and his sisters, Elisha and Angel. Okay. Number 33, Charlie O'Brien. He's going to be met by his parents, Lisa and Sean. Number 51, Jonas Barlow, met by his parents, Simac, and his brother Sky. Number 52, Eric Tomaseo, met by his parents, Lou and Tashana. Number 56, Ayush Patel. His father, Nairo, and his aunt, Dixet. Okay. Number 87, Wyatt Abraham. Met by his parents, Amani and Eladi. Dominic Rosario is up next. His parents, Tish, Dan, sisters, Daphne and Lindsay. Number 80, Cole Epstein, met by his parents, Tish, Dan, his sisters. Oh, I did that one. I apologize. Number 90, Christian Brown. Okay, Cole asked me, Daphne and Lindsay.
All right, Cole.
Number 90, Christian Brown. His parents, Trame, Tizana, and his brother, Jeremiah. Next up, we're going to go with number 6, Caden Mason. All right, let's go to the captains. Our first captain, look at the family members. Number 1, Amari Mo. He's got his parents, Tiana, Jose, his brother Isaiah, his grandparents, Anna, Terrell, Sherry, and Stacy. Number 44, Alex Manson. His parents, Dinez and Kerr. Number 59, John Lilly. He's going to be met by his mother, Jennifer. Number 77, James Mooring. His parents, Denise, Adam, and his brother, Henry and Joseph. And number 78, Mateo Gomes. His parents, Maria, Antonio, and his brothers, Micaiah and Anthony. And our final senior tonight is Hamadou Berry. All right, we're going to get all the seniors together. The rest of the team's going to go down by the end zone. We're going to go off the field by the end zone. We're going to get to the group of seniors together. We'll get the cheerleaders together. And then, believe it or not, we got a football game to play. Cheerleaders, get ready.
Welcome everyone to Harold Crum Field, the site of a colossal non-conference matchup. The red-hot Acton-Boxborough Revolution are in town, coming off a statement home win over Brookline. Last week, your Lexington Minutemen made a statement of their own, putting 6 touchdowns on the board and running away with the win over Newton South. I'm here with Ben Noble and Connor Wynn on LexMedia's Battle on the Green. I'll start with you, Connor. What are your keys to victory for tonight?
I think for Lexington, they got to stick to the run like they have been, especially in that double wing formation. You know, they stack the box and have a lot of lead blockers for their explosive runners, and I think they need to stick to that.
Sounds good. Alrighty, now I'm going to send things to Terry Samaras, who earlier interviewed Coach DeLuca. I'll send it off to him.
I'm just kind of curious, about your journey and how you kind of ended up here at Lexington.
Certainly. Well, we can go backwards. For the last 3 years, I've been working at Wakefield. I was the offensive line coach over there, and the defensive line coach, and I was also a special education teacher at the school. Prior to that, I was defensive coordinator for Dedham High School for 1 year, and before that, I was an assistant at Wellesley High School for 7 years. And while I was working there, I was also in the school as well as a special education teacher.
Fantastic. So how did you? You interviewed to be the head coach here in Lexington? Is that how it kind of works?
Yeah, exactly. I saw that the job had opened, and having familiarity already with the Middlesex League, and also just being from the area generally, it's you can't pass up on this opportunity.
Absolutely. Big shoes to fill here. So if you had to describe your coaching philosophy in quickest way possible, what do you think it would be?
I think it's a very sound focus on the fundamentals. We really want to make sure that the guys are doing the little things correctly, using the right techniques, and also making sure that the details of each technique are executed to the level that we want them executed at.
Fantastic. First year here, obviously. What do you think the end goal for this first season would be for you?
Well, I would say we want to make sure that the kids have a great experience, number one, and we want to make sure that the program is energized and that there's just a great attitude surrounding the program, whether it's our on-the-field performance or how we are in the community.
That's awesome. And we have a tough game tonight, Acton-Boxborough at home. What are you looking forward? What are you looking for in this game, and what do you think would be the best approach to get a W here?
We really need our offensive line to play well. We told those guys all week that it's the team that comes out hitting is really going to be the one to have success tonight. And if they come out and if they execute their responsibilities and if they do get aggressive with them, I like our chances.
Awesome. Well, you heard it from the man himself. Back to you guys in the booth. We appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Good luck this year.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you to Coach DeLuca for doing that interview with us. Now, Ben, what does Lexington need to do to build off their big win against Newton South?
Yeah, absolutely, Tevin. I saw a ton of great things last week, and it starts with the movement those big guys got up front. They created gaping lanes for the backs like Amari Mount and Tiandre Warren-Stevens, and they'll need to repeat that success tonight against AB's big and athletic defensive front. Speaking of which, Lexington is without Amari tonight, and they need guys to step up. Tevin, I'm looking at senior running back Eddie Ann, a guy Coach DeLuca had high praise for when we talked to him earlier today.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to need to step up with that injury to Amari. I mean, Amari in that first game against Brookline on the road took one 98 yards to the house on the kickoff. So there's going to be guys who are going to need to make explosive plays against a big and athletic Acton-Boxborough team. There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to need to step up.
Absolutely. And Connor, when you and I called the game last week, it felt like it was just injury minute after minute, stopping at every play. So we have to see how these teams respond here today.
Yeah, I definitely think, as they progress in the season, they'll learn how to take care of their bodies, go in the weight room, get stronger, and then, they're better conditioned. So I think hopefully this game will consist of fewer injuries, but we'll have to see.
I'm excited to see it. And Acton-Boxborough is 3-0. They did beat Brookline last week, so they are definitely a challenging opponent for Lexington. But last year, Lexington on the road took down Acton-Boxborough in a very competitive game. So definitely opportunities for both teams here. in what is going to be a huge game for Lexington to look to get to 2-1 with a big-time non-conference win.
Absolutely. And just looking at AB's sideline, I can tell they're out for revenge. They look big, they look physical, and they look ready. But I know that Lexington will also be ready.
Yep, I see Lexington's sideline. They look hyped. You know, they're ready for this game, and I think they're ready to match the energy of Acton-Boxborough, especially at home with the
We are
home
celebrating
fans.
senior night tonight, and that should be super exciting and should get the players more excited as well.
Yep,
We're
lots
nearing
of
opening
seniors.
kick. Alrighty, Demetrius Wheeler will kick it away for the Acton-Boxborough Revolution. Back to receive is going to be number 12, Jaden Waters.
Stevens in the backfield too.
And the boot will be a short kick, going to be fielded, and a fair catch there by number 7, Eddie Yan. That'll give the Minutemen solid field position in at about the 28-yard line for star sophomore quarterback Ethan Hatch to take the field.
Ben, what do you want to see out in this first drive for Lexington?
When we talked to Coach Luca, he preached execution. I just want to see clean drives, opening up some lanes, and I want to see getting their playmakers that are stepping up, Tiandre Warren Stevens and Eddie End. I want to see them get on the edge and make big plays.
For sure. It definitely looks like Lexington will probably try to establish the run early.
Absolutely. Keep it easy on their young quarterback.
And I'd like to see some play action, too, as we get deeper into the game and the safeties start to step up.
For sure.
Alrighty, Ethan Hatch now under center. He'll take the snap and hand it short up the middle, maybe 3 or 4 yards there in the double wing.
Yeah, it seems like they're going back to what they were doing last week on Thursday against Newton South. They're packing the box and they're just praying that their offensive line is able to outmuscle Acton-Boxborough's defensive line. And you know, right there they were able to do that successfully and pick up around 4 yards, which is great sign to see on your first snap.
By the looks of things, it is going to be hard to outmuscle a big Acton-Boxborough offensive line here, as now Ethan Hatch will line up under center yet again. Number 44, Alex Manson in the backfield. It will be given to Tiandre Warren Stevens, it looked like there, as he will take the carry for 4 more yards and set up a third down and manageable, 3rd down and 4, it looks like.
And Tevin, you already see Acton-Boxborough, all their safeties are in the box. It is going to be tough sledding here today. You need to eventually open up some play action. We'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Yeah, but I think doing out of this formation, they're able to, you know, trick out if they can convince the defense they're going to continue to run. Maybe they can get a couple open passes, especially on these 3rd downs if they need to convert for more than 3 or so yards.
No one is beyond 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Hatch will take the snap. He'll give it quickly to the middle. Hard to tell who got the carry, but he is going to come up about a yard short. Good tackling by Acton-Boxborough, as that is going to set up a 4th down and 1 for the Lexington Minutemen.
And it looks like they'll keep the offense on the field here with their aggressive game. You know, they didn't have any big plays on that first series, but they did stay on schedule, and they seem like they have an opportunity here on 4th down.
Yeah, they're around their own 36 or so yard line, so, you know, definitely a riskier decision to go here on 4th, but it's definitely manageable yards, so I don't hate the call.
And just avoiding big mistakes here early, never getting behind the sticks, and as long as they can avoid the holding penalties, they should be good to continue this type of thing all game. It's 4th and 1. It's a big-time play early on in this drive. Ethan Hatch under center here in the double wing. He will take the snap and give it to Tiandre Warren Stevens, who gets the edge. He'll have space. He runs up the sideline. 10 yards for Warren Stevens on the 4th and 1 play. They'll convert it and move the sticks.
An underrated thing I saw right there is Ethan Hatch's deception. You know, he was able to really fake the handoff to the right side, and then he was, you know, gave it to Stevens, which was going left, and just faked out, you know, half of the defense, which allowed a running lane for Stevens to pick up the first.
Absolutely. Even though it might not seem like there's many options out of this formation, there really is a lot of options. They can go left, right, play action. It's hard to defend.
Yeah, Lexington's great at deception.
That Aaron Rodgers handoff fake there, as now Ethan Hatch will take the snap and give it to Warren Stevens under this time, who will only gain a yard. Good tackling there by the Acton-Boxborough Revolution.
Yep. Acton-Boxborough looked like they read that one a lot better than they'd have the first couple downs.
Almost looked like an awkward exchange there between Hatch and Warren Stevens. Like to see them get on the same page.
Yeah, it looked like Warren Stevens went under and maybe he should have gone over. Hard to tell if that was the right play. As now we'll set up 2nd down and 9 from the Lexington 46. Hatch sets up. He will, and it looks like there was movement. Someone moved. Was it the offense or the defense? Hard to tell.
Looked like it was the defense that jumped first.
Yeah, the AB coach is already frustrated, not executing here on this first drive.
Wow, good job there by Ethan Hatch to force that penalty. Good hard count, and that will set up a 2nd down and 4. Chance to maybe get ahead of the sticks here and pick up a 1st down.
Yep. Penalties, you know, even though they may seem only like 5 yards, it makes 2nd down and long turn into 2nd down and 4, much more manageable.
Now Hatch will be under center again. He'll take the snap, give it to Stevens. Stevens will go up the sideline. He'll have space. He'll break a tackle. And he gains about 8 yards on the carry there, picking up the 1st down and moving the sticks.
Some great tough running from Tiandre Warren Stevens. He's a guy that's really emerged early in the season here. He had a great game last week playing that side character to Amari. He's stepping up big here for the Minutemen early.
They're at the 42-yard line now and looking to continue the drive. Warren Stevens has been good, and they'll need him to continue it. He's a small back, but he moves very quick.
Looks like they have Alex Manson in the backfield, too, for lead blocking.
He'll be the fullback here as it is given to him this time. Alex Manson picks up 5 yards up the middle.
You know, he turned maybe a 2-yard gain into about 4 by falling forward, so that's a great job by him. Able to extend the yardage.
Super important senior leader for the Minutemen. Alex Manson, you know, he's a leader on offense and defense. He gets them organized, and that fullback position in this double wing formation is crucial. He's got to get out there and be the lead back on almost every play, and they gave him the ball there, get him his touches.
Captain Alex Manson, that is, as now Hatch will line up, set to take the snap. 2nd and 7, he will. Hard to tell who was given to. Somewhere up the middle, looks like there's
a fumble.
You could see that it was not a great exchange.
I don't think Hatch ever had it.
Yeah, did not look like he really ever had good control of the ball. Hard to tell who even had the ball. I don't think he had it at all. Looks like Acton-Boxborough is going to take over.
That's a hard break for Lexington right there. As you know, it looked like they were just starting to get in the rhythm of things. They were picking up consistent yards on the ground with their running, and then just a tough fumble. But hopefully their defense can get a quick stop and get the offense back on the field.
Connor, what do you want to see out of this defensive front that we saw have some success last week against AB?
Last week I think they were really good against stopping the run, holding it to maybe under 2 or so yards for Newton South, and I'd like to see them continue to do that again and force Acton-Boxborough into 3rd and longs.
Acton-Boxborough does have a quarterback who can sling it. He will throw the ball down the field, and he's got a big arm, but we'll see if Lexington can get pressure and set up defensively to make some plays.
Yeah, last week I was impressed. Jack Mason was able to move the ball through the air, but they still gave him complex reads, and they forced 3 interceptions. I want to see Lexington's defense force those tough reads again. Maybe can they get some turnovers, spark the offense.
Coach DeLuca told us earlier today that we can expect at times to have only 3 pass rushers and maybe even cover 4. So tons of cornerbacks ready to just make things hard on the Acton-Boxborough quarterback. Number 8, Thomas Quirk, he'll take the snap and hand it off. Now a backwards pass. Oh, and a fumble as he dives on the ball. Wow, some exciting stuff there as Josh Foley got the ball and threw it quickly out to Aiden Curley.
A little bit of trickery on the first play for Acton-Boxborough, and not really sure what caused that fumble. A great recovery by him.
Either way, though, it looked like Lexington had the play under control.
Yeah, absolutely. Super disciplined there on 1st down.
Thomas Quirk is in the shotgun, ready to go. There are 5 receivers actually, in the game. He's the only one in the backfield. He'll send a man in motion. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff. Now drop back to pass. Quirk launching long. Deep pass for Quirk. And it is broken up. Big time deflection there.
That's number 4, Donovan Shelton for Lexington with the breakup. And we know Acton-Boxborough likes to sling the ball downfield, especially with their quarterback.
Shelton going to set up a long 3rd down here. Great defensive work. That will set up 3rd down and 9 here as the Lexington defense coming up big there. Donovan Shelton, great job in coverage as we knew Acton-Boxborough would throw the ball, and they do. But Donovan Shelton ready to go, makes a big-time play.
I think this passing attack is especially why Lexington wants to play the sides and, not send as many pass rushers as they normally would.
Now Quirk will be in the backfield. He'll take the snap and give it on 3rd down and 9, and he is going nowhere. Great defense by the Lexington Minutemen. Number 50, Faisal Nizbuka on the tackle. Big-time play.
We talked about Lexington forcing these 3rd and 4th and longs, and that's right what they did there. It's going to be a 3 and out for Acton-Boxborough, who will be forced to punt.
And gaining no yards there as it is 4th and 10. Lexington will have a guy deep, Jaden Waters, to receive the kick. Number 12 set to punt this away.
Good punt.
Solid kick as it will continue to roll into Lexington territory and be downed by number 27, Anson Gio Leo, as now it will be Lexington ball. Looks like the 16-yard line here for the Lexington Minutemen.
Tevin, I was impressed by Lexington's ability to move the ball, stay on schedule early in that first drive. I thought, it was unlucky to get the fumble, but I thought they showed some things that they can continue to improve on for the rest of the game.
What I'm curious to see is, Acton-Boxborough has never seen this type of attack before. Will, after 2 or 3 drives, will they be used to this, and will it continue to work for Lexington, or are they just going to be able to keep doing this the entire game?
Yeah, I thought Newton South would pick up on it last game after a couple drives, but Lexington was able to continue gaining huge explosive plays on it, so we'll see if Acton-Boxborough does any better against it.
We're tied at 0 here with 5:42 to go in the first. The handoff. Stevens will move it up the sideline. DeAndre Warren. Steven gains maybe 4 yards on the edge outside the hashes there.
Great blocking up front once again. Lexington is getting movement early on here. Big center Ayush Patel pulling, creating lanes for their backs.
I'm loving these guard pulls and center pulls as they're looking to get their big blockers downhill. I saw James Mooring pull on the fumble there as he was getting out to look to block. Ayush Patel will go over the ball here now as Ethan Hatch sets up. Hatch under center. He will take the snap and give the toss to Warren Stevens, who will get a couple of yards, if that maybe. It is going to set up a 3rd down and about 3 here.
Yeah, not much movement there, and that's what you don't want to see getting off schedule. It's only 3rd and 3. Will they, Tevin, what do you think, or Connor, what do you think? They'll stick to the run here, or do you think they may open it up and play action?
I think they'll stick to the run here, especially if it's a 3rd and 5. It's something Lexington's been known to do.
Absolutely, and still a 4th down opportunity. You saw they weren't afraid to go for it in their own territory when it is in that kind of short yardage range.
Yeah, and this is a formation that can easily grab you just 2 or 3 yards if you need it. So the conversion rate's got to be pretty high on some of these 4th downs. There will be a jump here. Looked like Acton-Boxborough jumped again. Ethan Hatch under center. The really good hard count here.
That's number 50. And that was number 58, Mike Jiang for Acton-Boxborough that jumped early.
Just a little bit undisciplined there as it will move the sticks there on 3rd down. Big time hard count from Ethan Hatch. Again, this is Acton-Boxborough needing to get used to it and figure things out.
Number 33, Charlie O'Brien, checked in the game. We didn't see him a ton on offense last week, but maybe kind of filling in for Amari in that Travis Hunter type role.
And so Hatch will be under center here in the double wing. Manson in the backfield. He'll take the snap and give it inside as he'll cut outside now. Number 7 there on the carry, Eddie Ann, picking up some yards.
I like the cutback right there. You saw there wasn't much on the outside. Saw the defense was closing into that gap, so he was able to cut it inside and maybe gain an extra 2 yards as opposed to going to the outside.
And that's another way you can punish those safeties, just teeing off, get on the edge, and that kind of misdirection can get some space open.
It's going to be a 2nd and 5 for Lexington with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in this first quarter.
First quarter clock is winding. Hatch will set up to take the snap here. And he will now. He'll flip it to Warren Stevens, who will cut it to the outside and be dropped down for a loss of yards. Not much there as Acton-Boxborough got into the backfield. He is going to lose a yard. He's going to set up 3rd down and 5 here. Longest 3rd down of the game thus far.
Senior John Funk, really great job holding the edge there.
Yeah, I think that's the best snap of defense I've seen out of Acton-Boxborough against this formation. So something Acton-Boxborough sidelines definitely happy to see.
First middle distance third down here, as now Ethan is going to still set up under center, but are they going to continue the run here? Hatch will take the snap. He'll give it to Warren Stevens as the guy gets into the backfield, but not enough. Warren Stevens keeps going and picks up the first down. Big time tackle break from DeAndre Warren Stevens.
And he'll move the sticks for first down for Lexington.
He absolutely just shook off junior Ben McLean, who got penetration, but it wasn't enough to bring down star running back.
Warren Stevens making a name for himself here on these first two drives, as now it will be first down and 10 for the Minutemen with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this first quarter.
It was split carries between him, Stevens, and Amari Mao last week, and it looks like, Amari Mao's out, and Stevens is taking maybe around 80-90% of the carries now.
And he's had some really good ones at that. And another jump, oh my goodness. Another jump. Ethan Hatch doing a great job with the hard count here. Some impressive stuff from Ethan Hatch, as it will set up 1st and 5 for the Lexington Minutemen.
And number 62, Wasim Eslalo, is absolutely irate with himself, coming to the sideline now. Yeah. Coaches of AB can't be happy with this level of discipline early on.
That's 3 jumps offside for Acton-Boxborough now, so those penalties are just continuing to help Lexington move the sticks over and over.
And just keeping the drive alive and making it much easier for the Minutemen to keep picking up these first downs. It's 1st down and 5 here now as Ethan Hatch sets up to take the snap. He will, and he will roll out. This time it's play action. We've got a wide open man. Some yards down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown Minutemen. Charlie O'Brien makes the play and scores on the play action. A 55-yard score for the Lexington Minutemen.
And that's what you want to see out of Lexington. They've been running the ball maybe 10, 15 times, and out of nowhere they bring out the play action, just like they did last week in the red zone to the touchdown, or for the touchdown. Now they do it to Charlie for a huge gain of around 60 yards for another touchdown. I mean, it's just, they did a great job catching Acton-Boxborough outside, or off guard.
Yeah, like you said, Connor, they've been setting it up all game. Ethan Hatch has been super convincing with those sells, and I think just that little nuance has played a big part in why they've been able to why they opened it up on that play.
Coach DeLuca told us the details were going to be important, and they do a good job there. Kean Millette will set up to take this extra point and look to put the Minutemen up 7-0. The kick is right down the middle. Lexington 7, Acton-Boxborough none here at Harold Crum Field.
A change I saw from last week is, Keane was out with a concussion, not able to kick for the team, so they were going for twos every single time they scored a touchdown. Now it looks like they're going to stick to the normal approach and go with the extra point, which is good for Millette.
And he's going to knock it right through.
Yeah, quietly a huge guy for them to get back. It's just a little bit of an upgrade in those expected points on conversions.
Definitely. And so Lexington will kick it away here. Now up 7-0. A big-time play-action fake there for the Minutemen, as Charlie O'Brien, someone who was great defensively last week with 2 interceptions, now comes to the other side of the ball and plays that Travis Hunter role, scoring a 60-yard touchdown. Just really well set up there by the Minutemen, as there were no safeties at all, and Charlie O'Brien was alone.
Hatch has been doing a great job with the counts, and then right there he was able to sell the run, and then able to roll out to his right and make a perfect pass to Charlie in stride for a big gain and ultimately the touchdown.
Absolutely, and a lot of people think being a quarterback is just about arm strength, accuracy, and athleticism, but there's a lot more to it. It's about being a leader and leading the offense down the field.
And Ethan Hatch has done that thus far this game, and we'll look to see if he can continue it, as now Lexington will be set to kick it away. And this is going to be Charlie O'Brien kicking this one.
One thing I want to see is, can Lexington continue with this momentum? That was something that they really had a lot of last week, and I think it helped them string together scores and stops.
Charlie O'Brien went with the short little kick, and it is going to be picked up there by the Acton-Boxborough team. Number 10, Kyle Liete, makes the play.
That was a great special teams play by Acton-Boxborough. They were able to get a hand on the ball, and Charlie's squib kicks worked very well last week against Newton South, and was able to bounce very far into Newton South's own territory. But right there, Acton-Boxborough was able to pop up the ball and get in a good field position.
Yeah, and it can seem dangerous to have a a fumble live on the field, but actually stopping the ball gives him a huge field position advantage, which might be crucial in this game.
Have to start around their own 41.
It is going to be risk reward there with the kickoff, as now Thomas Quirk will take the snap and hand it quick, as not many yards there as Alex Manson comes up with the tackle. Grady Piffercon on the carry. Going to set up 2nd down and 7 here for the Acton-Boxborough team, as they will look to speed things up a little at the end of this first quarter, as we've got under a minute now to go. Quirk is in the backfield with that running back. There's only 2 receivers in the game as the big package is in. He will now run himself QB draw. He's got a lot of space on the outside. Can he take it? A good block, but a good tackle there, one-on-one, big-time tackle there from Donovan Shelton, as he had the one-on-one, the quarterback.
Great block on the outside by number 58. Mike Jiang right there, and allowed his quarterback to be able to get out on the edge and pick up the first down.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas Quirk, he's got a nice arm, but he's also just a big body. He's tough to bring down. I know Faisal Nisbuga got in the backfield, but he's tough to bring down.
Yeah, he is going to be someone that is going to be another running option, as now they will look to set up their 1st and 10 play here. As this first quarter winds down, there are 14 seconds, and it looks like they will make an effort to snap it, although maybe they're just going to try and draw him off sides. Quirk in the shotgun, 6 seconds, 5. He will take the snap and fake the handoff, now run himself. Quirk on the carry. He'll pick up 4 or 5 yards there, as that will send us to the end of this first quarter. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Lexington is up 7-0 on the Acton-Boxborough Revolution on what has been an exciting game thus far. Charlie O'Brien with the touchdown, and we will see you in a minute.
This game is presented by LexMedia, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, LexMedia is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. LexMedia, channeling the vision.
Welcome back, everyone, to Harold Crum Field, as the Acton-Boxborough Revolution are set to snap it on 2nd down and 7. A fumble in the backfield as no yards picked up. A big-time play there by number 7, Eddie Yan, as he got into the backfield to make the stop.
A couple fumbles early for Acton-Boxborough, just careless mistakes for them. You know, I'm not sure if Lexington's doing much to impact it. I think it's just, you know, uncaused or unforced errors from Acton-Boxborough, but now it'll force them into a 3rd and 13 around the 48-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely, and that fumble did kind of disrupt the play, but Eddie Yan was already in the backfield. I think he was going to blow up that play regardless. He's making big plays on both sides of the ball.
For sure. And it's going to set up a 3rd down and 13 here, as the Minutemen will look to get some pressure. They've got a lot of guys, as it looks like they're setting up to blitz. We'll see if they do. Quirk will take the snap and drop back. A quick blitz as he'll throw one to the outside. Bubble screen. Number 1 makes the play, but not many yards there for Joey Sonarlo, as he is going to be stopped short at the 39-yard line, setting up a 4th down and 4.
That's Captain James Moyne with the big tackle to prevent the first down for Acton-Boxborough, but I like that screen action from them. You know, they were able to get some blockers upfield. There just wasn't enough of that first.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the blockers were trying to get upfield, and they kind of let the defensive line through. But Eric Tomasio was in the backfield quickly, and I think he kind of maybe messed up the timing on that play a little bit, allowed the defense to get back and recover.
Yeah, definitely. It's important to see your big guys even getting out and making tackles there, as James Mooring makes a big-time play, as now Quirk will set up in the backfield with the 1 running back still. 2 receivers to his right. He'll go hard count for a second here. It's 4th and 5. It does not look like he's going to snap the ball. As he goes hard count here, the clock is still rolling. He looks set up to snap. Lexington staying disciplined here, as he will snap the ball now. And a handoff, and he could, oh my goodness, he just barely got there. Super close there as Christian Marion pushes through to just pick up the first down, unable to make the stop there for Lexington.
Great tackle break from Christian Marion. You know, maybe he would have been short if he was stop down, but he was able to fight for those extra 2 yards and ultimately pick the first. But I still like seeing Lexington stay disciplined on the hard count, which is great to see.
That's just some really good effort there to pick up that first down by Marion. Now, Quirk will take the snap, and he will give it again as a big-time tackle. We've got another guy in the backfield. Lexington blowing up plays. Jonas Baraloo makes the tackle. Loss of yards there for the Acton-Boxborough Revolution.
Moranian didn't really have a chance there. Lexington's defense was immediately in the backfield, and I think we've seen a ton of aggression out of this defensive front. I want to see how Acton-Boxborough reacts to that.
No chance at all, as it will set up a long second down. Lexington sending guys into the backfield despite only rushing, 3 or 4 guys. They're loading up the box with linebackers, but it seems like they're ready to stop anything as they've got safeties deep and just well prepared to make any play they need to. As now Quirk will set up here with that running back and 2 guys here. He will look to take the snap here in the shotgun. Looking over at the sideline. Now put the hands up and take the snap. It's low. He fumbles it, but picks it up and looks to throw. Quirk rolling out. James Mooring chases him down. He'll throw it, and not much there as he just throws it low to the sideline. Joey Sonerio was the one targeted, but not really any chance to catch the ball.
Great job by Lexington's defensive backs. They were able to stick to their man and not let anything open up late for Acton-Boxborough and prevent any gain of yards.
Yeah, in particular, Charlie O'Brien was over the middle. He had to cover a couple different guys in that play, but if I was Quirk, I'd be hesitant to throw over that deep middle with the ball hawk O'Brien lurking.
And it's been impressive how Lexington has got guys in the backfield. Acton-Boxborough has a big offensive line, but Lexington has just been here all night, as now it will set up a very long third down. Quirk will set up in the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers in the game, 2 at the top of your screen and 2 at the bottom. He'll send another guy out as now there's 5 receivers. He's alone in the backfield. Quirk sends him, and Acton-Boxborough will be forced to call a timeout there. He was not prepared. Actually, Lexington will call a timeout. Quirk might have gotten bailed out there, but a lot of receivers and maybe a different look for Lexington.
Yeah, but I would love to see Lexington, force an incompletion or maybe limit the run to maybe 3-4 yards at a maximum. Force them into a 4th and long.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes on these 3rd and longs, you think about just not letting up the first down, but in this high school kind of game, 4th downs are a very viable option, so you don't want to let him too far into 4th down territory either.
Especially in this in-between range here, is there's about, not really in field goal range yet, but also a little weird to punt, so definitely going to be 2-down territory here for Acton-Boxborough.
Yep.
Connor, what are you seeing out of the Lexington defense thus far?
I think they're getting to the backfield really well and, forcing the QB to make pressure or make quick decisions and maybe even rush a couple decisions. And then, they're forcing a couple fumbles too.
Yeah, I love their ability to keep AB off schedule. They seem to have kind of a pretty competent rushing and passing attack, but when they go backwards on a couple consecutive plays, it makes it tough on 3rd and 4th down.
I think that's the advantage of the double wing that Lexington runs, is they're not really going in the wrong direction at all, and they're staying ahead of the sticks, and it just seems like Acton-Boxborough, they'll pick up a bunch of yards and then all of a sudden have a big drive staller, and it's hard to come back from those here in high school football especially, as it is going to be 3rd down and 14. Acton-Boxborough will maintain the 5 receivers. Quirk will be alone in the backfield. He'll send a man in motion and take the snap. He will hand it off. End around there as there's space. Looks to pick up the first down and gets very close. Good carry there from number 2, Aiden Curley.
Yeah, Curley just picked up a head full of steam, turning the corner. He was going pretty fast. Looked tough to bring down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Lexington was expecting that right there out of Acton-Boxborough, so definitely a good play call on Boxborough's side.
It's almost like AB's giving Lexington a taste of their own medicine running on 3rd and long.
Yep, yeah, and they will pick up the first down because of it.
And it's going to be, deception that's going to win this game here for Lexington as they make that big play earlier on, and now AB pulls out some deception of their own. Acton-Boxborough will send in the big package here for 1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Quirk will look to take the snap, and he will. Now he'll drop back alone. He'll have some time. Fires to the end zone. Oh, my goodness, what a catch What a catch. One hand there from Hussein Fahad. Will he make it? And he will. He is in the end zone. Impressive play from Acton-Boxborough. What a catch.
Yeah, and I thought Donovan Sheldon was actually in great coverage there. It was just regular hand fighting, and he kind of escorted him to the corner of the end zone, to the sideline. But that's an incredible play to haul it in with one hand and come down with the touchdown. Yeah,
Quirk just gave his receiver a chance to go up and fight for the 50-50 ball, and he's able to make a great catch and just bring it down for a touchdown.
Kind of crazy that he even threw that ball with 3 defensive backs in the area. What a catch, though. He goes up with one hand and on the sideline. You only need 1 foot in high school football, and he gets that foot in while maintaining the ball. That is really impressive stuff there from Acton-Boxborough, as now they will look to what looks like kick the... Oh, no, they're going to line up to go for 2 here and take the lead. And it will be a handoff, and there will be an easy 2-point conversion there from number 4, Tristan Clayton. They put Marion in the backfield there, who's usually the running back, switching up things, but still able to convert the 2-point conversion to go up 8-7.
Yeah, AB hasn't been afraid to use trickery, misdirection. We saw it even on the first snap of the game. They had that weird triple option.
It's a great design play by AB right there. They made it look like they were going up the middle and sent all their men there, and they just sent one blocker and the ball carrier out to the edge for an easy walk-in 2-point.
Yep, so that will be 2 points there as Acton-Boxborough will go up in what has been an exciting first half thus far. A little under 8 minutes to go here as Lexington will receive the kick and look to get a drive of their own and maybe take up some clock and look to close out this half on top.
Connor, how do you think AB looks to defend this seemingly simple but kind of quietly unpredictable Lexington offense?
I think they have to continue to pack the box and prevent the run, but Lexington's shown that they're not afraid to bring out the play action for some big yards, so maybe they have to keep a couple DBs in the back, but obviously you send too many people in the backfield, they're just going to run on you all day long.
Yeah, last week Ethan Hatch threw a touchdown on the other side of the field. It was only a 20-yard touchdown, but still a similar play action, and you're seeing some similar stuff out of him this week. That is what's going to give you some big plays and some exciting, explosive plays here. As now Acton-Boxborough will look to kick it deep. Keandre Warren Stevens back to receive, as well as number 12, Jaden Waters. It will be kicked, low kick, and they're going to let it roll. Will it get out of bounds? It will not. Warren Stevens picks it up. He'll look to run it up and now cuts back. Gets space, breaks a couple tackles. Still going. Good return there by Warren Stevens. He will step it up to the 36-yard line.
Man, he's just an elusive player. He's not the biggest, or he is pretty fast, but he's just tough to, I don't know, he just gets out of his small spaces, and he's hard to bring down.
He's got a fair amount of yards here. Will be 37 yards for Warren Stevens just on the ground, not including some of these kickoff returns, which have been helpful plays for this offense as well. It will be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Hatch lines up, and someone's going to burn a timeout. Timeout defense there. Acton-Boxborough forced to burn the timeout here with 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this second quarter. Thus far in this game, we have seen the Lexington Minutemen look to, just push the ball up the middle. They've gone a couple times to the outside, but it's really that big-time play-action play that is going to give them that huge touchdown. Charlie O'Brien made the play, and Ethan Hatch is 1 for 1 on completions.
Yeah, and I really love the way Coach DeLuca schemes up. I mean, Charlie O'Brien was wide open on that play. Just the timing and the sequencing of plays has been excellent so far for Lexington.
It looks like it's interesting who they like to slip. They slipped a couple of different guys last week when they went play action, and they're not just going to make it the same guy every time. So it seems like it's well set up here as DeLuca's doing a good job. Hatch will take the snap and flip it inside. A bunch of yards up the middle here is 6, maybe 7 yards there
for Eddie Yan.
Eddie Yan on the pickup as it will set up now. 2nd down and 4.
Yan's been impressive so far, and that's definitely a guy Coach DeLuca had high praise for. And he comes up the middle. He's kind of tumbling, and he's tough to bring down.
Yeah, he's got 11 yards on 2 carries thus far in this game. A good average, 5.5 yards a carry. As now the snap will be taken by Hatch. He'll give it back to Yan, who will grab a couple more yards before being tripped up just short of the first down as we've got some shoving in the inside. It will now be a 3rd down and inches here for Lexington Minutemen.
Looks like Acton-Boxborough will make a couple substitutions. Maybe stack the box, as I know it's a 3rd and short. Lexington will most likely run.
Lexington here now on 3rd down and 1. Can Acton-Boxborough come up with a big-time stop? Likely 2-down territory here. Seems like that's kind of everywhere on the field for Lexington when it's short. Ethan Hatch now will set up under center. There's 3 guys behind him. He will look, almost jumped there, but he did not. Ethan Hatch now calling out things to his teammates. Hatch steps back up. He will take the snap and flip it to Yan again, who will grab yards up the middle and keep going. 8-yard gain from Eddie Yan as he'll now pick up the 1st down and bring things to the 46-yard line of Acton-Boxborough in opponent territory.
Yan continues to get a lot of yards cutting up the middle like that, and it's great to see as someone who's, his role this week is to kind of fill in for Amari and take some of those carries when Stevens is not the main carrier.
And I know he didn't get flagged there, but I believe John Funk jumped offside there once again. Lexington couldn't capitalize by having the offensive lineman kind of flinch in return, but another potential flag for the AB.
As Hatch will give it to Warren Stevens this time, who will look to cut it to the outside. He'll cut it back middle. Big tackle there from Acton-Boxborough's number 5, Grady Piffercorn, as now it will be 1st down and 8. Second down and 8 here as the clock continues to wind. 5 minutes to go. Do we think the clock is at all going to become a problem here for Lexington Minutemen?
No, I don't think so. But I do like how they're using the clock because, Acton-Boxborough is a very explosive offense. So by taking a lot of the time possession and playing at their own pace is something you want to see.
Yeah, Charlie O'Brien's checked in here. Is that a sign that they will run play action here on 2nd and 8?
They did it last time as now someone jumps again. Oh my goodness. Acton-Boxborough struggling to stay disciplined.
That's Wasim Eslalal. I think once again he had a
that's
flag
definitely
earlier.
the 2nd time.
Yeah.
Frustrating to see if you're an Acton-Boxborough fan. It will set up 2nd down and about 2 here is a big time play. For Lexington, clock is still rolling. 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go as they will look to set up a 2nd down and 2 play.
And I know we kind of keep harping on it, but the difference between 2nd and 8 and 2nd and 3 is just massive as now the playbook is really open here for these next really 3 downs.
Yeah, you've got a lot of chances to pick it up. They'll give it to Manson up the middle, who will come close to a 1st down. He'll be short as it is going to set up a 3rd down and inches, but 2 plays to pick it up, it looks like. Oh, actually, it was Charlie O'Brien, it sounds like, on the carry.
And O'Brien will sub off.
It's Daniel
in
Zhang
favor
coming
of
back
Daniel
in.
Zhang.
It's going to set up a really short 3rd down here. Is again that 5-yard penalty coming up big for Lexington. You do wonder, is Lexington going to be able to have the same productivity in the 2nd half when you would think those penalties would start to slow down?
Yeah, well, we talk about the mini battles in games, the turnover battle, etc., the field position battle, but the discipline battle is actually one to monitor as well.
Yeah, as it looks like Hatch is going to fake the rollout and give the ball. Was there a fumble? It looked like someone fumbled, but I think Lexington is going to pick it up. Yep, Eddie Ann picks up the 1st down. Not sure if he even fumbled at all there, but guys are diving around the ball. 1st down and 10 for the Lexington Minutemen.
Lexington continues to stay with this grueling style of play style and just continue to try and burn out the Acton-Boxborough's D-line.
Yeah,
Looks like they're doing a good job right now.
Yeah, the clock is ticking. I wonder if Lexington will kind of take this drive almost to the end of the 1st half if they can keep it moving.
Yeah, it seemed crazy to see when there were 8 minutes to go, but it's been a long drive. As Hatch will run it himself now and be stacked up for maybe 5 yards.
Oh, man. Eddie Yann's grabbing his knee there. He looked like he just took a direct bump to it. Contact injury. I hope he's okay. Seems like he'll be able to get up.
This double wing, a great offense, it seemed like so far, but there is a lot of contact in the middle, and maybe that did lead to some of the injuries last week.
Yep, Yan looks like he's able to run off the field in his own will. It's always a great sign to see if you're Lexington.
And number 24, Leonardo Pozo, checking in for Yan. They don't rotate a lot at these running back positions. They're kind of crucial. They need big playmakers. So we'll see what Pozo can provide. Excuse me, that's Jason's son.
Alrighty, Ethan Hatch is gonna line up under center here. The box is loaded. He'll take this time and flip it to Warren Stevens, and really good job of penetration there by the Acton-Boxborough defense. Kyle Liate on the tackle, loss of yards. Is going to set up a long, very long 3rd down and 9 here for the Lexington Minutemen.
You can see Acton-Boxborough is trying to build momentum off that play. You know, coach is trying to get their sidelines into it, and that's one of their first big stops.
And it is going to be a timeout here from Acton-Boxborough, as it looks like they're going to look to get the ball back and run a 2-minute drill if they can get the stop on 3rd down and 10. Going to be interesting to see how Lexington uses the clock here. And, you know, maybe they just run the ball and look to force another timeout. Hard to tell what's going to happen.
Got to give a shout out to the legendary pep band here for Lexington. A lot of my classmates here to provide that extra momentum for the Minutemen. You know, world-class players in all instruments.
A former band player himself here at Ben Noble, as there will be one timeout left for Acton-Boxborough if they want to use it. May need to come on that this 2-minute drive here, as Lexington is going to set up their 3rd down and 10 here. They can still pick this up and continue the drive.
Absolutely, but I don't know if they're going to bring out play action here. That's kind of something they save for the surprise. I'm not really sure it's going to be that effective here on 3rd and long when Acton-Boxborough might be in more of a preventative defense.
Yeah, you see
Seems
now
like they
3
are.
guys deeper, as usually the box is a little more loaded. He will hand it off to Eddie Yan, who will have space up the sideline now, cut it back to the middle. But he is going to be taken down in what is going to set up a 4th down and 4. There's still time for Lexington to pick one up, as it will be a timeout now. Acton-Boxborough, they will use their final timeout to put 1:53 on the clock and maybe look to get the ball back themselves.
I'm not sure they're quite in Millette's range quite yet. What do you think they'll do here on 4th down, Connor?
I think they have to go for it. I mean, they're kind of in that zone where, you know, they can't really punt the ball. So, looks like Eddie Yan might have re-aggravated his knee. So that's not a good sign if you're Lexington.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating to see. He has been crucial offensively and defensively, just taking carries and making tackles. He's been big thus far.
That next man up attitude is a big part of the Lexington program here, so maybe we'll see some big plays out of sophomore Jason Sohn.
Yeah, Eddie Yan has had 6 carries thus far in this game.
Actually, I believe that was an injury timeout. I'm not sure. Acton-Boxborough will have to spend a timeout there. That gives them 1 extra for their 2-minute drill.
I think they did spend it still, as they are out of timeouts now. Alrighty, the Lexington offense is set up on the field here. Ethan Hatch will be under center here for a 4th down and 5. Big play here to look if they can keep the sticks rolling. Will it be hard count now? He is going to step back and let the lineman know something. He'll head back under center. Good discipline thus far from Acton-Boxborough. Can he get them to jump? He will snap it and give it to Warren Stevens, who will have space. Can he get there? Yes, he can. And more yards for Teandre Warren Stevens. Big time 1st down conversion, as it is going to set up 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line, as the clock will come to a stop as he stepped out of bounds, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like it would be tight right there for Stevens when he was running, but he's able to make a quick jump cut up the middle, or slightly more up the middle, and able to pick up an additional 8 yards or so after that.
Absolutely, and great blocking on the edge. Big right tackle James Moring getting in there, improving his dominance.
And now you look back at the decision to spend their 2 timeouts there and stop the clock. That's actually going to help Lexington out, as the clock did keep rolling there. 1:20 to go here from the 19-yard line. May want to pick up the pace. They'll give it to Manson up the middle, and the pile will keep pushing, and he'll pick up 7 yards, it looked like there. Wow, the pile just kept moving, and that's the type of running game we've seen all night from Lexington. 2nd down and 3 from the 14-yard line, as the clock is now under a minute Interesting to see how Coach DeLuca spends his timeouts here. As the clock is still rolling and might need to pick up the pace just a tad bit here with 50 seconds to go now.
Lexington's been very successful running the ball, even as the definitely undersized team compared to AB.
Going to be interesting to see how they manage the clock here.
Yeah.
Clock's getting really low. They don't really go out of bounds very often, nor do they throw the ball. So going to be hard to stop the clock if it's not with timeouts. 30 seconds to go here as Hatch will take the snap and look to throw. He will throw, and he'll be sacked. Two guys got to him there. The box was loaded. Number 44 there for Acton-Boxborough on the step. Davis Lawson as well as Maxim Liascon, who comes up with the tackle. Two guys just got in the backfield and made a big-time play.
And you have to wonder, Tevin, if they'll just play for the field goal with Millette here. Not sure if they're going to have enough time to get in the end zone with their ground-heavy game.
Yeah, losing 7 or so yards doesn't help for the kick, but hopefully they can maybe gain a couple yards back and get a field goal off.
It is going to be 3rd down and 12 here. They do still have 2 timeouts, so shouldn't be an issue to get the field goal team on the field. It's going to be interesting to see how many yards they pick up and maybe if they try and look to center the ball for Millette or anything like that.
Guys, I think it's been a great half here for Lexington. They've been able to move the ball with some consistency on offense, and their defense has been stout, save one long Acton-Boxborough drive. I'm looking forward to the second half here.
And this was just a big Acton-Boxborough team that we saw run on the field. And, we got concerned early on, but Lexington has really fought well, and they are right in this game. And, looking to see if they can put some more points on the board here and go up leading as they will run the offense back on the field here for 3rd down and 12 from the 21-yard line. They elected to pass last time. Let's see if they do it again. More likely that they'll just play for the field goal here as Ethan Hatch takes the snap and gives it to Warren Stevens on the outside, who will get space. He'll keep going. He's got a lot of space as he is going to be tackled, though, and stacked up at about the 15-yard line, which will make it a much more manageable field goal for Kean Millette. The clock continues to roll here as it looks like Coach DeLuca is going to call a timeout with 3 seconds to go to set things up perfectly for Kean Millette to put up a field goal and end this half no matter what happens.
That was a great stop there from Tristan Clayton. Kind of nervous moments there for AB. You don't want to give up an extra 4 points here late in the second half. But, I think this is well within Kean Millette's range. Tevin and I's former soccer teammate, he's got a rocket leg.
Yeah, should not be too big a problem here as they were on the 14-yard line. So you add 17 to that, and it will be a 31-yard attempt here for Kean Millette from the right hash, which could make things a little harder than it needs to be, as they didn't look to center the ball at all there. Millette will line up to kick it on what will be the final play of this half.
Holder is Michael Denoncourt, the junior. Great hold.
It's a good hold. The kick is through. That's a good kick as he takes the golf swing. Was actually Henry Mooring on the kick, not Kean Millette. He'll take the golf swing as he knocks it through. Good hold by Denoncourt and good kick by Mooring as it goes right through. Sorry, that was Kean Millette on the kick.
Great hold there by junior Michael Denoncourt. It was a bit of a high snap, but he brought it down, got the laces where they needed to be pointed, and right through the uprights.
That will close out this first half. Good kick by Kean Millette as the Lexington Minutemen will be up at 10-8 as we send off this 15-minute halftime period. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you after halftime.
This game is presented by LexMedia, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, LexMedia is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. LexMedia, channeling the vision.
Alrighty now. Thank you everyone for listening. We are back here on LexMedia's broadcast of Battle on the Green, Lexington High School football. Charlie O'Brien will be set to kick this one away here as we start this third quarter. Lexington is up 2 points, 10-8 after the Kian Millett field goal to close out the half. O'Brien will look to kick it away.
Joey Stern-Lolo and Grady Peppercorn back to receive.
O'Brien, will he do the little squib thing again? It's a little squibby, but this time deeper as it drops pretty far into Acton-Boxborough territory. Is picked up at the 20-yard line. A good return here, though, as he will get into space. Good return there from Joey Stern-Lolo as he will pick up maybe an 18-yard return and set up first down and 10 from the 38-yard line for this explosive Acton-Boxborough offense.
Yeah, Stern-Lolo's one guy. He looks slippery on that play. I'd like to see them open up the passing game. Can they get playmakers on the edge? And that includes their quarterback, Thomas Quirk.
He is big, Thomas Quirk. He can definitely get to the edge and make some good plays as he will look to trot down onto the field and get the offense going here as we begin this second half. Lexington defense was pretty solid in the first half as now Quirk will step onto the field and they'll look to be solid again with 4 corners in the game. They've got 4 guys up front, 5 guys up front here actually, as now they'll drop a couple more back.
Number 7
man goes in motion as Quirk takes the snap and it's handed off. Not many yards there as it looked like a loss as some Lexington guys got into the backfield. Great defense there from Lexington.
Yeah, Peppercorn hasn't had a lot of success here in this game. I feel like Lexington's edges have really set the edge, forced them to cut back inside where reinforcements are coming.
So that will set up second down and 11 here for Acton-Boxborough, as now they'll look to get a good play going here. They need to stay ahead of the sticks. They've been behind them all night. The running game has actually been really poor for them. It's been the passing game that's picked up the yards. So we'll see if they look to throw the ball here. You know, give the quarterback some more carries. He's been really good as well. He'll line up in the shotgun here. Quirk rolling out. And now it's handed off. He'll continue up the sideline. He'll get space. Still going. Acton-Boxborough moving the ball. Big time play there from the Acton-Boxborough offense. Stiff arming out of bounds as he'll pick up 18 yards on the carry. Good offense there from Tristan Clayton. Acton-Boxborough with a well-designed run play.
That's a big way to start out the second half for Acton-Boxborough and really set the momentum and the tone for how they want the second half to be in terms of game speed and game script.
And great athleticism shown by those pulling guards in center. Even though they slowed the running back down, he still had plenty of blockers ahead and was able to pick up extra yards.
Yeah, we saw the misdirection like they have been doing all game long and was able to create a couple gaps for the running back.
And it is going to set up first down and 10 from the Lexington 38. Quirk in the backfield in the shotgun. There's only 2 receivers in the game here as he'll take the snap and a man will go in motion. He'll fake the carry, drop back to throw. He'll launch down the field. Long throw is just overthrown. He just couldn't find the receiver, Joseph Belimi Kasani, as it is just thrown a little bit much, and it will set up second down and 10. Good coverage there from the Lexington defense. Lexington dropped their safeties and was chasing him down. If that was an accurate throw, it could have been a touchdown, but it would have been needed to be pretty perfect, and with some of the ball hawks Lexington's got, it's hard to want to make that throw.
He definitely had to step on his defender right there, and he's able to get over the top, and the ball was just slightly overthrown. Could have been a big play, so yeah, Lexington got off the hook right there.
And Badiambile Sisasai is another big body for AB, and that combination of speed and athleticism.
Quirk will take the snap and fake the carry. Now he'll run it himself and pick up a couple of yards as he is tackled. Big time play there from number 78, Mateo Gomes. Captain Mateo Gomes actually makes the tackle, what's going to set up a longer third down and 7. Acton-Boxborough has been behind the sticks a bunch here. What are we looking to see, Connor?
I think they're gonna stick to their pass game here on third and long like they have been, and hopefully they can create something over the middle and burn some of Lexington's defensive backs. But Lexington's been good against their passing attack so far. So hopefully if you're a Lexington fan, you're looking for another stop right here. But it is 2-down territory most likely as they're at Lexington's 35-yard line.
Lexington's 3-man front, if they can get some pressure, that'd be huge for the defense.
Quirk will take the snap and drop back to throw. Not much pressure. He's got time. He'll throw a well-thrown ball in at the first down. He will pick it up. That's a good throw there to Joey Stamuto by Thomas Quirk there. And well-fired ball.
Perfect timing between quarterback Thomas Quirk and his receiver. They seemed like they were right on the same page and were able to convert it for a first down. And it's the first great pass I've seen between Kirk and one of his receivers. So that was good to see for Boxborough.
Yeah, just a well set up comeback right there on the sideline. Found the space and really well thrown ball. As it is going to set up now, first down and 10 from the 28-yard line. Quirk is in the backfield. He's got trips on the top of your screen. He will now take the snap and fake the handoff, running out himself. He'll roll it and throw it. He had a 2v1 on the sideline. There is a flag down, but Acton-Boxborough moving the ball. He's still going, unable to bring him down as he gets down to the 10-yard line. Number 7, Basumi Kassiani with a terrific play there as he had the 2v1 on the sideline.
Yeah, Tevin, my 2 cents is that one's going to be coming back. It's that late throw in the RPO that often leads to an offensive lineman being too far downfield. That'll be my guess of what this flag is, but we'll see if this stands.
Yeah, likely an ineligible receiver downfield as the ball is still being put where it was, but they have not moved the sticks just yet with the flag.
I like to see that play, even if it does come back. Quirk did a great job right there. He had one man defending both him and his receiver, number 8, Joseph Badalami Sasaki, and he was able to bait him to come down and chase him, and then was able to dump it off. But Spen says it's most likely coming back.
And they pick up the flag. It's going to stand for the AB Revolution.
Maybe they were questioning whether or not he was over the line of scrimmage instead of a player being downfield, but that's pretty impressive by the lineman to be aware and not run down the field there.
Yep. I think one ref saw something and maybe the other 2 refs disagreed.
And so Quirk is going to be in the backfield here from the 10-yard line. He'll take the snap, looking to throw. Throws up the middle. Did he catch that? No. There was a good defensive play there.
Acton-Boxborough side wants a PI, and don't think they'll give it to them this time.
Yeah,
refs letting them play.
Physical play on the outside by both the receiver Sterniolo and DB KJ Mason, but no flag on the play. Both receiver and DB going at it.
Alrighty now, as Acton-Boxborough is going to set up on 2nd down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Quirk in the backfield with trips at the bottom of your screen. As now he will be in the shotgun and take the snap. He'll fake the handoff now, roll out, and he's going to fake the throw. Now he will throw a pump fake and then the throw, and Acton-Boxborough gets to the edge and scores the touchdown. Really nice offense there as Aiden Curley with the score. That's just Thomas Quirk making a really good play, isn't that?
Yeah, that's another one of those late RPO plays, and I think since that one was a backwards pass, the offensive lineman can get downfield for their run blocks, but really great late decision-making from Quirk there.
Yeah, Quirk's doing a great job of baiting the defenders, making them make a decision, and whatever decision they're making, he's just going to throw it or run it himself, so it's really just pick your poison. So great play by Thomas Quirk.
And it's impressive to see from a high school quarterback some of the plays he's making as he's getting to the outside and pump faking and then throwing again. Really quick decision making, and the right decision there is now he'll look to convert the 2-point conversion, throw to the outside. Can Lexington bring him down? It's going to be close, and he does get there, unable to make the stop there, as it will be 2 more points for Tristan Clayton and Acton-Boxborough.
Interesting formation right there by Acton-Boxborough in that 2-point formation. They had a guy in the backfield that almost looked like he was ready to kick it, but then they were able to throw it outside and throw a little screen pass, and the receiver was able to fight his way with his legs into the end zone for 2 points.
Yeah, they had their whole line save the center all the way to the left side, a very unconventional formation, but that kind of trickery has worked with some consistency thus far for AB, and we'll see them. I'm sure they'll continue to use that throughout the game.
Yeah, and I've really liked these 2-point conversions. They've been really well set up plays, and plays that have worked quite well. Walking touchdown on the first one, or 2-point on the first one. And then, just going to be really hard to make that tackle when a guy catches the ball at the 2-yard line and just can kind of push his way through.
Acton-Boxborough has been, they've struggled in the first half a bit with their passing and running game. So to see them start the second half with that type of possession, you get 8 points on the board is a good thing if you're an Acton-Boxborough fan.
So Acton-Boxborough will look to kick this one deep. It's going to be a deep one here, as now they've got 2 guys back to receive. Acton-Boxborough still setting up their kickoff formation. 8 minutes to go here in this third quarter. It's 16-10 Acton-Boxborough as they will look to kick this one away. Oh, and a really high kick there. Interesting. And it's going to be a big man catch there. Fun to watch as he calls for the fair catch, but makes a really good play. Christian Brown there with the big play, the senior, makes the catch.
C. Brown, a fan favorite here at Lexington High School.
And it looked like Acton-Boxborough was looking to maybe target one of the big guys up front, but it did not work, and it's going to give Lexington good field position. So just, way to be ready and just make a good play there by Brown.
Always a joy for the fans when one of those big guys gets their hands on the ball and something good happens.
Yeah, I like to see success on the special teams end for Lexington, as they had a couple, difficult times special teams wise last week against Newton South, but they were still able to pick up that W, and let's see if they can get another one tonight.
Yep, so they are down 6 points now, heading towards the Worthen Street end zone, as now it will be Ethan Hatch in the backfield. He'll take the snap and flip it to Warren Stevens. Warren Stevens, not many yards there, as it looked like he lost yards. And did he fumble the ball? No. They're still pointing this way as now. And it is going to go the other way. Is it? Hard to tell what the call is here.
No, I think Lexington will maintain the ball.
Looks like they're going to maintain the ball. The Acton-Boxborough sideline was really excited for a second there, but does not look like that's the way it's going to go.
Either way, I think Acton-Boxborough, they seem like they figured out a way to maybe stop this formation, as the coaches seem quite excited on the sideline.
Lexington got their 10 points early off of the formation. Can they now keep it going, or do they need to change anything at all? Ethan Hatch will be under center here with Manson in the backfield. He'll take the snap and flip it to Warren Stevens, who is just not able to get space. It looks like Acton-Boxborough might have figured out part of this double wing, as it is going to set up the longest third down of the night thus far. 3rd down and 11 from their own 39-yard line. Not
sure what was said during halftime on the Acton-Boxborough side, but looks like it's working as they're forcing Lexington into a 3rd and 11. And it says, Tevin said that's the farthest they've had to convert if they want a first down and 3rd down.
And will they drop back their young quarterback to maybe make a throw here? Ayush Patel will step up to the ball, set to snap it. They are still lined up in the double wing with the quarterback under center. The box is loaded, but they've got 2 guys back deep. Hatch will take the snap and flip it to Warren Stevens, and a guy is in the backfield and grabs his shirt and drags him down for a 4-yard loss. It's going to set up 4th down and 15 as Acton-Boxborough getting guys on the edge there and just making some good tackles.
Yeah, Ben McLean was just in the backfield instantly. Warren Stevens really had no chance, and not a good start for this Lexington offense. It seems like AB is just flying down with super intensity. They got the momentum here on the sideline. It's the earnest now is on Lexington's coaches to respond.
Yeah, lots of momentum right now on Acton-Boxborough side. First drive of the second half, they score a touchdown, and now they force a good 3 and out to Lexington.
And so what will be the adjustment is going to be the question. First, you got to get a stop defensively, as now they'll look to boot one deep. Good time as he will kick it, a little short kick, but will it roll? Great Lexington bounce. As was it touched by an Acton-Boxborough guy? I don't think it was. He was hoping they could drag him into it, but it is not going to happen. Solid kick there as it's going to set up 1st down and 10 for Acton-Boxborough from the 36-yard line as they'll trot their offense back out onto the field.
AB had a lot of success early in the second half on that first drive. Quirk and the offense were able to march down the field without much resistance from the Lexington D. I'm looking at Lexington's defensive front to establish their ability to stop the run game, and that will kind of allow their DBs to shut down the pass game. It's really a connected defense.
Yeah, when they've been in the backfield, they've made a ton of big plays, and so it's just going to be, can they continue to do that? Acton-Boxborough's offense will come out onto the field here with 5 minutes and 27 seconds to go in this third quarter in what is a huge drive for Lexington. If they score here, this could be trouble as Lexington offense is not exactly the fastest offense we've ever seen. Quirk in the backfield, he'll take the snap and hand it off. Double reverse, 2 handoffs as now a flag is thrown as a second flag as a broken tackle, and he's brought down on the sideline there. Good carry from Tristan Clayton, but there are 2 flags down, maybe offsetting penalties or something like that. Hard to see. Looked like one of the Acton-Boxborough players was thrown down.
Man, Clayton had space on the edge, and at least one of the flags seemed to be kind of behind the play. Not sure if AB needed to hold there to get their dynamic playmaker on the edge, but Lexington stayed relatively disciplined there, and it seems like
I think this one's coming back.
Yeah, second, they'll set up a 1st and long. Huge play for Lexington defense to get them off schedule.
Yeah, it is going to be holding, as there was 2 penalties, one of which was declined. But
I think both of them are holding.
Yeah, 2 holding penalties is it's going to set up a very long 1st down here. But it's an Acton-Boxborough offense that can pick up yards in a hurry when they need to. So that could be not an awful thing, as they're going to be able to maybe keep this drive alive. That's a great start for Lexington, as it will give them a shot to get the ball back in not too long. It's going to be 1st down and 21 yards for Thomas Quirk and his offense. There are 4 receivers in the game. He's got a running back by his side. Quirk set to take the snap here in the shotgun. He will fake the handoff, now run. He'll throw a quick pass. No one really there. Looked like a miscommunication. It could have been a really dangerous ball there for Thomas Quirk.
Yeah, and Wahid Ibrahim was instantly in the backfield. You know, again, on the screen plays, the offensive line does kind of let the defensive line through, but he was able to disrupt that throw for sure and get the stop.
I think the quarterback, Thomas Quirk, wanted to go somewhere else with that ball, but Wahid, as Ben said, was in the backfield and forced him to kind of just throw it into the dirt and, play for next down.
Yeah, and that's going to set up a 2nd down and 21. So Lexington just, all you really got to do is just hold up for 2 more plays. You can give up 8 yards here if you want to and just force a long 3rd down. So that's going to be fine. And they're just, it's really the stick that they're playing now.
Yeah, and not as worried about a 4th down conversion in their own territory, as I think AB's offense isn't as suited for that short yardage conversion like Lexington.
So Quirk will look to set things up, and now a whistle is going to be blown. Flag on someone.
I think it's going to be a delay of game, perhaps.
Oh, my goodness. So Acton-Boxborough's offense just came out too late, was not ready to go, and it's going to set up a 2nd down and 26.
Came all the way from the back judge there.
So that is going to set up 2nd and 26. A mile to go here for Acton-Boxborough. We'll see if they just maybe do a draw type of thing and just see if they can maybe get an explosive play, as Lexington's going to drop Charlie O'Brien just a little deeper, that last line of defense.
Yep. Number 4, Donovan Shelton's down back there, around parallel with him too.
And so Quirk will do the draw, and it's going to pick up a lot of yards. It's a pretty good handoff there, as the draw worked just like we said it might, and it is going to set up 3rd down and 12. But, it'll be okay, as Lexington still got a long 3rd down to prevent.
Yeah, that was number 5, Grady Puffercorn, with the big pickup for Acton-Boxborough, 13 yards, which will set up a 3rd and 13.
AB's really had a trio of backs here with Peppercorn, Clayton, and Morania, and they've all had success at different points in the game, but they've been part of this successful AB rushing attack.
And it's been fun to watch the different backs go at it, as it's just been one running back in the backfield, but they're willing to give it to anyone they need to give it to. Now Quirk is going to set up in the shotgun and take the snap. He'll drop back to throw. There's a bubble screen. Lexington is all over it, though, and they come up with the tackle, forcing a 4th down and 9. Great defense there and good discipline from Lexington.
Looks like the punt team will come on for Acton-Boxborough, and Lexington's got the stop they need to maybe try and mount this comeback.
Yeah, on that play, Sterniolo really had nowhere to go. KJ Mason and the rest of his buddies are there to clean up the play.
Yep, good play there by KJ, as it will force a punt here from this team. And now, a high snap. They couldn't get there to block it, and it's going to be a flag. Disaster there, as the kick will be returned, and a lot of yards here as he's got space. He's going stiff arming down inside the 40-yard line.
I don't think it'll matter, Tevin. they almost blocked that punt, but they really did bring him down. I think that's going to be roughing the kicker, not a 15-yard penalty instead of a 5-yard penalty, and that'll give AB a first down, I believe.
And, I mean, if you're going to go for the block, you do have to come up with it. And it doesn't look like it's going to be running into the kicker as they kind of leveled him. And so
Lexington's sideline cannot believe it. You know, they get the stop, and then special teams error, I mean, it's not really on anyone. They were going for a blocked punt and just part of the game. But unfortunately, it's going to mean Acton-Boxborough's offense is going to be able to get back out on the field, and they kind of got bailed out after a 2nd and 26.
yeah, frustrating to see after how stacked up they were, what it develops into. So now it is going to be their ball here. Acton-Boxborough trotting the offense back out on the field. Frustrating that is what's going to happen. Now, from the Lexington 49-yard line, it is going to be first down and 10.
This defense thus far has responded to adversity, and, you know, they're forced to get back on the field, but I think they have it in them to get another stop.
So it will be a handoff there, not many yards for Moranian, as he's going to force now a 2nd down and 6. And Lexington, or Peppercorn actually that was. It was Moranian. And so it is going to be 2nd down and 6 here for this Acton-Boxborough offense, as Lexington looks to come up with yet another stop and get the ball back to their offense. They made some good plays earlier on special teams, but not a great one there. As you know, tough play to either. You got to come up with a block kick if you're going to go for it. It is going to be 2nd down and 6 here for Thomas Quirk. He is 5 yards deep and will take the snap, handing it off quickly to Moranian, who will get to the outside. A lot of space. He's going big head of steam. As a good tackle there by Charlie O'Brien, taking the legs down, but a big time pickup there on 2nd and 6.
And you have to worry at this point about fatigue for those big guys up front for Lexington. Mateo Gomes, Alex Manson, James Moring. You know, they've been on the field for a while now. They got the stop earlier in the drive, but that flag gave them the first down. You know, AB has been relentlessly running on them.
Yeah, they're playing both sides of the ball as well, so even when they're on offense, it's not like they're getting a lot of rest. And so it's going to be really hard to get them rest here, as now it is going to be first down and 10 for Thomas Quirk and this Acton-Boxborough offense. Only 2 receivers in the game, as now he'll send a man in motion. He'll take the snap, but the whistle is blown. And it's going to be a timeout there for the defense. Lexington didn't like what they saw. Coach John DeLuca changing things up.
That's well spent for Lexington. You know, not only maybe they didn't like the look on that play, but that gives their defense a much-needed rest and a mental reset as well.
What is going to be interesting now is they do only have 2 timeouts. So if at any point they do need the ball back, it's going to be hard to, you know, to get the ball back with only these 2 timeouts. But, you know, not like their offense is the fastest moving offense anyway. So definitely.
Yeah, I would worry about it, any kind of 2-minute drill or even like 3 or 4 minutes.
So going to want to come up with a stop here on 1st and 10. This is a huge drive here, as if Acton-Boxborough is able to convert this into a touchdown, that would, you know, come pretty close to ending the game and force Lexington to change their ways and speed up a lot here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, not sure if it would be over for Lexington, but it would definitely force them to pick up the pace, and you know, maybe they have to start passing the ball, or they can't really stall between snaps as much as they have been.
So it is going to be Quirk and Moranian in the backfield here. Quirk will send a man in motion again. He'll take the snap and fake both handoffs. Now he'll look to throw. Long throw to the end zone. Going up to get it. Can he? Yes, he can. Terrific catch there from Acton-Boxborough. He goes up and gets it. That's Joey Simolo going up to grab it. What a catch there.
Beautiful design play by Acton-Boxborough. They're able to run a little play action, catch Lexington off guard, and as Tevin said, he was able to beat him by his man. And number 1 for Acton-Boxborough, Joey Sternholo, able to bring down the ball for a touchdown.
Yeah, he just goes up and grabs it. And, you know, that's an explosive play here. Now we're going to see another interesting setup on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, Sterniolo on that play. I thought Charlie O'Brien had the play covered as the deep safety, but they had a nice design.
And now Quirk's just going to run up the middle himself and goes over the top, and he does get there. So that's going to be 2 more, as it's going to be a 14-point lead for this Acton-Boxborough team. 24-10 here, as Lexington's going to need to score somewhat quickly here if they'd like to get the ball back.
The Lexington sideline just seems a little spooked at this point. They didn't have the right coverage on the touchdown, didn't have the right defense out there for the 2-point conversion, and they really, really, really need a response here from Hatch, Warren Stevens, and the offense here.
Yeah, Thomas Clark was able to show he can air out the ball on that throw right there. Perfectly placed ball for him to his receiver, number 1.
So Acton-Boxborough will kick it back to the Lexington Minutemen offense here with 1 minute and 47 seconds to go left in this.
And this AB sideline is absolutely electric. You know, a lot like Lexington last week, they now have all the momentum, and it's up to Lexington to respond.
Warren Stevens here with 64 yards thus far to this point. He's gotten a ton of carries and been terrific offensively. Just going to be, going to need some more yards and maybe an explosive run. If they can just get one off, they could be right back in this game if they could score quickly here. Amari Mount did it a couple times last week. It's not going to take a lot to get an explosive play. It's definitely possible for them to get a quick score here, as now Acton-Boxborough will look to boot this one deep. The ball is kicked high in the air. Again, this time it's caught, and he called for a fair catch, it looks like.
I think Christian Brown called the fair catch for him, if your teammate calls for it.
And so fair catch called anywhere. Leonardo Pozo is going to be the one to make the catch. And so it is now going to be the Lexington offense trotting back out onto the field here with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go in what is a 14-point game on a crucial drive for this Lexington offense.
And guys, to me, they really can't stray too far from their true identity as the running power game. They still got a lot of time left in this game, and I think if they start to air it out too much on every play, then that's really just not going to lead to success for them.
Yeah, they haven't practiced it. It's not what their best thing, and Coach DeLuca told us today that they don't have a lot of plays, but the ones they have, they are really good at, and we have seen that thus far tonight. And so we're going to see if they can conjure up some more good plays and get some offense going. Hatch in the backfield. He'll take the snap and pitch it to Warren Stevens, who's got a little bit of space, but he's just brought down for no gain.
That's about 4 plays in a row that, counting from last drive, last offensive possession for Lexington, that Acton-Boxborough has been able to hold the run to 1 or fewer yards, even a loss of yards the majority of the time. So looks like Acton-Boxborough has really figured out this double wing formation.
It is going to set up a 2nd down and 10 here. This Lexington offense, excited to see if they make any effort to switch things up at all. But it looks like they're going to set up the same way they have been doing.
Yeah, those safeties, Curley and Moranian, are absolutely flying down, and just tough sledding for those guys up front for Lexington.
Yeah, making some really good tackles and just getting in there. As now it is going to be someone on the outside there. Again, no yards picked up. Warren Stevens was the ball carrier, but just bringing that average down some of these carries here, as it is going to be 3rd down and 10. Tough sledding here for this Lexington offense.
Great play by linebacker Davis Lawson there. He cleaned up that play well.
This Acton-Boxborough defense has done a really good job of blowing everything up, mostly in the backfield here, and just getting guys to the backfield. It's really hard to have to play both ways here for these linemen, and Acton-Boxborough is doing just a slightly better job of it than Lexington, as it looked like thus far.
Yeah, it seems like they were able to adjust to this formation, unlike Newton South was able to last week, and Lexington seems to be struggling a little bit.
It is 3rd and 10. They're going to stick with their identity, as Hatch is going to roll out and look to run it himself. And no space at all, as he is going to be sacked. It is going to set up 4th down and 14, as this quarter will come to an end. That's the final play, as Lexington's got a decision at the start of this 4th quarter. They're down 14 points, and Acton-Boxborough on top right now. We'll see you in a minute.
This game is presented by LexMedia, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, LexMedia is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. LexMedia, channeling the vision.
And so this Acton-Boxborough defense comes back out onto the field, and it will be a decision for Lexington. They are going to line up, it looks like they're going to punt it. Excited to see whether or not they will actually do so.
I think they will. 4th and 12, not much of a chance if they were able to go for it.
And so they are going to boot it deep. They're going to rely on their defense here as a fair catch is called for at the 40-yard line. Good catch by a guy who has been great all night, Joey Stroniolo, who makes the catch.
Connor, what do you want to see out of this defense in this drive? A really crucial drive if Lexington wants any chance of staying in this game.
I think they're going to have to be able to get into the backfield like they were in the first half and put pressure on the quarterback. When the quarterback, Thomas Quirk is able to have time, he's able to make a lot of great plays, able to make the defense make a decision really quickly and just punish them for whatever they don't cover.
Yep, and they're going to really need would be great would be a 3 and out. Going to be hard, though, as looks like they're going to look to run the ball here early on in this one, in this drive. Is they're now going to set up in a similar formation as Lexington here. They've got a double wing of their own, as now an extra guy will need to come on the field. Interesting setup here. Copying Lexington a little bit here as Quirk will take the snap. There are 3 guys in the backfield with him. He'll flip it just like they do to Tiandre Stevens, and he will pick up some yards and keep going. Oh my goodness. Great offense there from Acton-Boxborough, stealing Lexington's play as Christian Moranian picks up a ton of yards in the double wing.
You'd have to wonder if maybe they go back to it again and just maybe try to show Lexington that they can run this formation too.
Great kick-out block there that really gave Moranian the lane he needed, and he hit that hole really hard. Tough to bring down when you're going at that speed.
And it brings up a conversation of, is this a cool quirk that you could pull out for a couple plays, even if you're not a team that normally runs it. And it seems like it's going to work here. They're going to pick up some yards, and it's going to be the defense that burns the timeout here, trying to figure out how to stop their own thing. What do they do during practice is kind of what you got to talk about here. Is it's their own offense that just beat them on that last play.
Well, I imagine they often go up against a sort of practice squad meant to imitate their upcoming opponent. But yeah, they should have some reps against this double wing, and hopefully they can force AB to go back to their normal spread offense soon.
It's interesting about facing a team that is just kind of a scout team, is that it's going to be so different from the team you're actually facing, because that's not like an offense that you're running at all. And so, Acton-Boxborough is way more comfortable with their own offense, obviously. And so really hard to get good practice reps against any offense that they're going to play. Lexington will run their defense back out onto the field here with 11 minutes and 26 seconds to go in this ball game. It is a 14-point game, but if Lexington can come up with a big stop here, there is still time to make something happen.
Seems like they're giving O'Brien a rest. Maybe they're saving him for some kind of explosive play on the offense, or maybe even a kick return.
Yeah, Acton-Boxborough, if they're going to continue to stick to this run, it's going to be hard for Lexington to manage the clock, especially as a team that burns a lot of clock on their offensive possessions.
It is going to be the double wing, and they will flip it to Moranian. He's going to go himself, and this time Lexington's got it a little bit better figured out, although he just kept going. Really strong running there from Moranian, as it is not going to quite move the sticks, but it is going to set up second down and about 8 here for this AB team.
Great pursuit by the senior James Mowring. He stopped the play in his tracks, it seemed, although tough running from Moranian allowed him to get first down.
So it is going to be a first down, or a second down and 3 now for this Acton-Boxborough offense. They'll look to continue to run the ball and just keep burning this clock. They are going to set up in this double wing yet again. Quirk under center. He will take the snap and flip it again to Moranian. Same side, he'll go off to the right. This time it's a good tackle as he started to run over the Lexington defense, but a good tackle there by Griffin Leahy as he comes down with the tackle. It is going to pick up a first down, though, and move the sticks for this Acton-Boxborough offense.
Yeah, they've done a good job of taking a play out of Lexington's book, and, you know, on top of gaining a lot of yards, they're able to run the clock down more and more and just make it harder for Lexington to maybe mount a comeback, especially if they're able to put up more points on top of this lead if they already have this drive.
And you gotta love Kyle Lee as he playing that Alex Manson role for the Revolution. He's been tough on those lead blocks, and now they've sub in instead number 40. He's not on our roster.
But he is going to be your fullback. They're going to flip it inside. Still going, powering through to the end zone. He stayed on his feet. Acton-Boxborough beginning to run away with this one as Grady Papricom on the carry and just able to pick up a ton of yards and get into the end zone. 30-10 now for this Acton-Boxborough team.
You really see that Acton-Boxborough has that extra pep in their step. You know, on that play, Peppercorn was really tough to bring down. You know, he just did not want to go down, and Lexington couldn't bring him down.
Yeah. And now they're going to kick it, it looks like.
Yeah, they are going to kick an extra point as the quarterback is going to be the holder. And now flags are going to get thrown. Maybe something just for practice to have extra points for when you need them. And it will be a penalty on the offense, delay of game maybe, or something like that. It is going to back them up, but still definitely a kickable extra point here. With the quarterback being the holder, still makes it possible to have any type of fakes if they would like to.
It's number 18, Demetrius Wheeler here.
Wheeler, his kick is blocked. Good play there by Christian Brown to get into the backfield and prevent that from going in. And so it will keep it at a 20.3 score game here with 9 minutes and 38 seconds to go.
And AB's success on both sides of the ball, stringing together scores and stops, has really taken this crowd out of the game. Wearing the blockout theme, although this pep band is relentless.
It has been an exciting pep band thus far to this point, as Lexington has had these 4 drives, but the second half has really been a bit of a struggle with multiple sacks and a 3-and-out as well in there. 3 drives, no scores here in this second half, as Acton-Boxborough, on the other hand, had that 3-and-out on the first drive of the game, but has since picked it up and has scored all 3 times since.
.9:38 to go here, and I'm looking to see if maybe they can let Hatch use his arm a little bit more. That's something they're gonna need down the line this season. It seems like teams are starting to figure out their tricky formation on offense. Want to see him open it up a little bit. Short kick.
So another short kick, as Christian Brown has had no trouble fielding these balls. Not sure why they keep going back to him. He's making some smart plays and just catching the ball. So good stuff by the senior there, and he's going to set up good field position for this Lexington Minutemen. You wonder if maybe there's some kicking issues with Acton-Boxborough or something like that, if that's why they keep going back to the big man.
Yeah, not sure if that's intentional or not, but Lexington's done a good job regardless of, making the catch and setting their offensive up with good field position.
So it is going to set up first down and 10 from the 41-yard line. There's 9:38 to go. You wondered, are they going to stay in the double wing? after watching Acton-Boxborough just use it themselves. Looks like that's how they're going to set up, sticking to their identity. We'll see if they can get anything going any faster than it was before in what has been a tough second half for this offense. They'll give it to DeAndre Warren-Stevens. Someone gets in the backfield, but he keeps going, finding space as he'll pick up 5 yards or 6 yards even there. And it is going to set up 2nd down and 5 from their own 46-yard line.
Once again, I've been super impressed with Warren Stevens here. Even in the second half, he hasn't had too many opportunities, but just shaking the tackle by AB defensive lineman Ben McLean, he's tough to bring down, and he gets out of small spaces. I think he's something to build on going forward for Lexington.
And definitely something to look forward to, especially if he can be there to complement Amari Mao when he comes back. If we can have 2 star running backs and run more plays with the 2 of them, as it is now going to be 2nd down and 5. Hatch will flip it to Warren Stevens, who this time cuts up the middle and picks up maybe 3 yards, setting up a 3rd down and 2 with 8:45 to go. Clock continuing to roll.
Connor, what do you want to see out of this Lexington offense late in the game?
I think they have to stick to their identity, as it's what's been working, or what was working in the first half, and I think they need to be able to reestablish that before they even try a passing attack of some sort.
They are sticking to the double wing here. There's 3 guys behind Hatch as he'll take the snap and give it to Warren Stevens again, who will find space and just be brought down. Terrific tackle there in the backfield, all over him. Great tackle by Aiden Cooley there as he just found his way into the backfield and made the stop. He's going to set up 4th down and about 5. Definitely something to go for if they're looking to stay in this game. But it looks like Lexington is going to send the punt team on, maybe raising that white flag a little bit.
I'm excited to see the leg of Kane Millette. Maybe he can flip the field, give the defense a long field to work with.
Yeah, maybe he can pin them deep. There's no one back deep at this point, although it looks like Moranian is going to head back. Let's see what Kane Millette can do. Has all the time he needs, puts up a solid kick that will take a great Lexington bounce. Boom. He does flip the field a little bit there, as it is going to set up 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Great kick by Kean Millette, and it will now set up the Acton-Boxborough offense here with 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
And the ball is 1st and 10 at the 22.
Lexington will send their defense out onto the field. Like to see if maybe they can string together a couple good plays and maybe get the ball back to their offense here. And, a game that is essentially over, but still a lot to build on here. And, a good first half. And now you're just curious as we look ahead, what do they need to do in the second half to be able to keep a formation that doesn't have that much trickery going to it? What do they need to do to mix that up a little bit?
Yeah, it's a long season, so if they're able to, maybe build a bit of momentum to carry to next game, can't hurt.
Yeah, that would be great to see. They are going to stay in the double wing here, Acton-Boxborough, so it's double wing versus double wing. The handoff does not gain many yards. It was given to the fullback, who just completely stacked up there. Good tackling there by the defensive line.
Seems like Lexington is both trying to rotate in their seniors to get them some touches here on senior day, but also rotating in some young guys, some guys that they think they can build on for later this season and even beyond that here in Lexington football.
Yeah, it's a new coach this year, and we're expecting a good career here and maybe improve some of this team. And it starts with the young guys at the bottom. And so Quirk is still in the game here, as he is in this double wing. He's going to be under center again. He'll take the snap. This time flip it. It's a double reverse and a Statue of Liberty fake, as now he's going to keep going there. Good carry there from the Acton-Boxborough team, as it is going to be Tristan Clayton, number 4. Interesting that they've got all of this set up in what seems like a somewhat relatively new offense. If you're not sure if maybe they set this up already or they're just kind of doing things as it goes and having some fun.
Seems like someone is down. That can't quite see who it is. Trainer Eva Forte tending to the injury.
Not what you want to see.
Speaking of injuries, Eddie Yan has been missing for Lexington someone who made a big impact in the first half for Lexington.
Yeah, that has been a big loss for this team. Really sad to see on his senior night, forced to exit the game and have to watch his offense struggle, and an offense that he had some really good carries with.
Luckily, there haven't been quite as many injuries as we saw last week. You have to wonder how much longer they'll keep Thomas Quirk out there for. You want to save your star QB for a long season ahead, but they're having success on the ground in this double wing formation.
Yeah, the junior quarterback has been exceptional tonight with some really nice throws, as well as some well set up runs, and he's just controlled the game really well. So I'm assuming Acton-Boxborough would like to preserve him. It is going to be 3rd down and 5 here for this Acton-Boxborough offense, or 3rd down and 4 with 6 minutes and 11 seconds to go. You hope that the injured player is going to be okay here on senior night. The clock will continue to roll now. So Quirk looking to set up the play with now, as we get down to about 6 minutes to go. He's still in the game on 3rd down and 4 here. See if Lexington can come up with a big stop and maybe get the ball back to their offense. They stay in this double wing with what looks like 4 guys in the backfield. Now, communication with the coach, and they will be forced to spend a timeout. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in this one.
Seems like Acton-Boxborough did not want to go into this 3rd down with that double wing formation, so they were forced to burn a timeout and maybe call up something different.
So they are going to maybe come up with a new play, or maybe just another extension of this double wing, as they've kind of set up some good trickery, and maybe it's something for Lexington to watch, as they've set up some of these double reverses that could be fun for Lexington to add, and maybe throw some switches into this game. We're seeing the band being conducted here, and what has been a very good band performance here tonight.
Shout out to conductor teacher Wallace, my former middle school band teacher.
Doing a great job getting the band ready to go, and they have sounded great here tonight.
And you know, even though the game is, for all purposes, really over, this is important practice for the Lexington defense going up against a real physical offense.
And so they're just going to go QB sneak, it looked like. And oh my goodness, he's still going. What happened? Thomas Quirk, he leaves the backfield. It looked like he was completely stuck, and he just came out of nowhere and came running on the side, as he is going to be chased down. Good tackling there from Lexington at the very end. But
fantastic effort by Armand Espa to get back on that play. I don't know how he got out of there, but Armand keeping his head up and staying disciplined. That's a great play by the senior. And also Mateo Gomes seems to be down injured, grabbing his hamstring.
Really frustrating here is back-to-back injuries here for this Lexington defense. Senior Mateo Gomes, but
he is getting up on his own power. That's good to see.
It is really good to see here. What has been a pretty good performance up front for Mateo, and you really hope that he is going to be okay.
Physical player up front for that at the defensive tackle spot.
Yeah, he's done a really good job thus far in this game. Crazy that Thomas Quirk got out of that. Seemed like he was dead in the water, but he escapes. And it is going to set up 1st down and 10 from the 22-yard line here, as this Acton-Boxborough team looks to pile on some more points into this win. It looks like a new quarterback, new quarterback in this game here. He's going to hand the ball off. It is number 11, Josh Fiola, who is the quarterback, as that run is just going to be stacked up for a gain of about 4. Acton-Boxborough offensive line has really done a good job to just keep pushing their running backs and pick up yards.
I believe that's actually William Cronin, the senior.
We're not sure who that is in the backfield here, as there are 2 guys with that same number, but it looks like the quarterback is going to be William Cronin, the senior here, getting some run on the road. it's going to be 2nd down and 6 as Cronin is under center. He's got this double wing formation set up. He'll take the snap and toss it back, getting to the outside with an explosion for some more yards as he gets in and cuts back. Good offense there from Acton-Boxborough. Aiden Curley, who's been good all night, brings things inside the 5-yard line, or inside it looks like the 10 at about the 7-yard line. And it's going to set up 1st down and goal for Acton-Boxborough.
I tell you, man, Aiden Curley is absolutely electric when he gets on the edge. And this interesting wing T formation that we usually see out of Lexington has really opened him up, getting outside, making big plays for the Revolution.
Yeah, he's been really fun to watch. He's been explosive in the wing T. He's also just been explosive in general, when he catches the ball on the outside before they went into this double wing offense.
I think Ben mentioned it earlier, but they're Acton-Boxborough are definitely trying to preserve their quarterback, Thomas Quirk.
Yep, and so Cronin is going to give it to Moranian for a couple yards, as it's going to set up 2nd down and 5 here, or 2nd down and goal from the 5. As Acton-Boxborough runs down some more clock and looks to punch this one in, grab 7 more points. Two minutes and 50 seconds to go here in this one. It is a 20-point game with Acton-Boxborough knocking on the door, looking to grab some more points here from the right hash. They'll stay in the double wing with Moranian in the backfield. Now Cronin will take the snap and toss it to Moranian, who's going to cut it up the middle, and he's chopped down, gain of about 2 or 3 yards, and it will be a 3rd down and goal from the 3 or 4 yard line.
Great
2 minutes to go.
Great pursuit there by the senior captain, Alex Manson. Great cleanup on the play, not allowing AB to get in the touchdown even though they're up big.
That's a good tackle, and you'd like to see a goal line stand here to save some points, make this game look a little better on paper, as it is going to be 1 minute and 50 to go, inside 2 minutes. Cronin will line up under center here. Cronin takes the snap and tosses to Moranian, who jumps to the outside, and good tackling. Some more good playing there. Lexington getting guys into the backfield and forcing the stop, and it is going to set up now 4th down and goal from the 3 yard line.
I assume they go for this one, not really a reason to not, especially with their lead they have currently. So it'll be a 4th and 3 from the 3 yard line.
Wahid Ibrahim makes a good tackle, and it is going to set up 4th down and 3 for this Acton-Boxborough offense.
Seems like AB's been hesitant thus far in the game to kick extra points and short field goals.
Yep, and they will send their senior backup quarterback out onto the field. Cronin will be under center now in the double wing. He'll hand it off to the fullback, and he is tackled down. Big play by Wahid. He'll get into the backfield and make a good tackle, switching the field, and turnover on downs. Good goal line stand there by the defense.
Yeah, AB senior captain John Funk was going nowhere on that play. Great play by Christian Brown and the big guys up front. Get a stop, boosting really the morale of this Lexington football team.
With just 40 seconds left to go, we're probably expecting just one more play for this offense, but a good way to go out there for the defenses. Big time tackle there to close out senior night. Lexington's offense trots back out onto the field in what is a 20-point game from their own 3 yard line. They are going to set up in the double wing offense.
Seems like they'll just try to avoid the safety and get to the end of this game here.
And probably looking to just close this one out here as there looks to be some confusion with the refereeing, or Lexington is going to spend a timeout, it looks like. It's going to be Lexington spending a timeout here with just 40 seconds left to go, trying to set up one last good play to keep the team rolling.
Guys, what do you think Lexington can build upon from this game going into the rest of their season?
I think that it's been really impressive to see, in that first half, the way that they just got the ball moving. It's just really they've got a lot to talk about and a lot to decide. Is this approach going to work in the second half? Our team's going to figure out, maybe it was just that Acton-Boxborough has such a good defensive line that they, didn't take them long to figure out. But is this an approach that's going to work, and how can they add more wrinkles? I think you got to have a couple more things. As Tiandre Warren-Stevens just got the ball and got into space, but eventually just too many guys flying at him to really make a play.
This constant running approach is definitely very grueling. So come the second half, when defenses make adjustments and you start to wear out, either you're going to have to build your endurance or maybe change up the play style in the second half, because Lexington came into the second half with a 10-8 lead, and it's just been 22 unanswered points for Acton-Boxborough ever since.
And so Ethan Hatch takes the carry himself. He's going to run over to his coach, looking like he might try and set up one more play here as the clock rolls down. 10 seconds to go. Can they set it up? We're going to see, just looking to get a little bit more practice in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He will get the snap off, and he'll hand it off. Warren-Stevens on the outside is going to be brought down for not much of a gain. And that is going to close out tonight's football game. Lexington had a good first half, but Acton-Boxborough just really found a way to get it going, and defensively it was just a problem for Lexington. So we thank you all for listening here tonight. On behalf of everyone here at LexMedia, my name is Tevin Catella, and with me here is Connor Wynn and Benjamin Noble. Thank you all for listening. We will see you next time.
This game is presented by LexMedia, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, LexMedia is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. LexMedia, channeling the vision.